in America, the amount of men that are single is very high. The amount of men that haven't had sex in like over a year is very high. And there's a lot of people that are just locked into their computers and they're just on their computer all the time. It's super, super common. If something came along that allowed, like with these exponential increases in technology, like what you're seeing with these AI programs now, which really stunning visuals that they can create in seconds, in minutes, they can have a short film. It's crazy what they can do now. If they can do that with a physical moving object, like if they can get a real humanoid object that has perfect features and is your girlfriend and is warm and sweet and gives you everything you want from a human,
never argues with you,
it's game over. It's game over for the human race.
You come home after a long day. The lights automatically dim, the temperature adjusts to your preference, and waiting for you isn't a pet, a roommate, or a human partner. It's your perfect companion. Artificially intelligent, physically flawless, emotionally calibrated to your exact needs. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now. Let's get real for a second. More than 1 in 4 of Americans would consider an intimate experience with a robot. That's nearly 20% of the male population. And this number? It's about to skyrocket. During the pandemic, sales of intimate tech, including advanced robots, shot up by 75%. And industry analysts are predicting the next massive surge will hit around 2030. Why 2030? Because that's when this technology is expected to cross a critical threshold. The uncanny valley. That creepy feeling you get when something looks almost, but is not quite human, will be conquered. And when that happens, the game is over for traditional intimacy as we know it. At least that's what the critics are saying. But let's back up. How did we even get here? Sexual surrogates aren't new. Sailors on long voyages used to fashion crude dolls from cloth and leather. But the journey from those primitive objects to today's AI-powered companions is nothing short of mind-blowing. In 1997, a guy named Matt McCullen started creating more realistic silicon dolls called real dolls. At that point, they were just static figurines. No movement, no talking, nothing interactive. By 2009, the materials had improved dramatically, with platinum-cured silicone making them feel more lifelike. The first major technological breakthrough came in 2010 with the $10,000 Roxy model. Now, she wasn't much to look at, but she could convert speech to text and respond from a database of pre-recorded phrases. She even had a heating system to make her body warm. But the real watershed moment came with the development of Harmony by Real Doll just a few years later. Unlike previous models that were purely physical, Harmony was explicitly designed as an interactive companion. Users could customize her personality by selecting from a range of traits: intellectual, shy, jealous, moody, or kind. You could even select her voice from a range of accents. The companion app would remember details about you, your favorite foods, your birthday, your interests, and Harmony would bring these up in conversation. This created the illusion of an intimate relationship where the robot actually seemed to care about you as an individual. Now, fast forward to today, and we're looking at an entirely different level of technology. CES 2025 blew everyone's minds with Aria, the latest creation from Realbotics Corp. While the rest of the world was focused on robots that could walk and perform physical tasks, Realbotics took a completely different approach, creating robots that look incredibly human-like with one primary goal: companionship. For a staggering $175,000, Aria offers what the company calls an emotional bond so powerful that users treat her as a romantic partner. CEO Andrew Kegel explicitly compares the experience to the movie Her, where a man falls in love with an AI assistant. It can be like a romantic partner, Kegel says. It remembers who you are, it can act as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and the technology keeps improving at a frightening pace. In 2022, the California Institute of Technology developed artificial skin that can sense temperature, pressure, and even toxic chemicals. This isn't just about pleasure anymore. We're talking about robots that can feel. One shocking demonstration showed a robot recoiling from a hot cup of coffee, not because it was programmed to, but because its synthetic skin actually detected the dangerous heat level. Meanwhile, companies are using advanced 3D scanning to create custom robots based on real people. For about $10,000, you can have a robot made to your exact specifications or modeled after anyone willing to be scanned. The ethical implications? Absolutely staggering. For advocates, these robots represent more than just pleasure. They offer companionship for those who might otherwise be alone. The elderly, people with disabilities, those with social anxiety or trauma. For some people with severe trauma or social difficulties, these robots provide a safe space to practice intimacy without fear of judgment. People suffering from anxiety and depression are more likely to explore digital intimate technologies, possibly using them for psychological relief. Advocates also point to other potential benefits: a safe outlet for people with dangerous sexual impulses, companionship for the chronically lonely, reduced demand for human trafficking, a solution for places with severe gender imbalances. But let's think about this for a minute. What happens to society when perfect partners are available on demand? Human relationships are messy, challenging, and sometimes painful. But those struggles are precisely what help us grow as individuals. These robots provide the illusion of connection without any of the difficult but necessary work of actual relationship building. Take a look at Japan's declining birth rate and the growing number of people identifying as herbivore men, those who have little interest in sex, marriage, or romantic relationships with real people. Could widespread adoption of sex robots accelerate demographic collapse? I think it's a real possibility. And what about the psychological impact on users? Men and women are the basic building blocks of human society. When men get with the right woman, they often change totally. Women tend to have a civilizing influence on men. If that is taken away, then all you've got is something that appeals to base instincts. What I find even more troubling is the questions about consent and violence. Some experts have raised concerns about robots being programmed for non-consensual scenarios, potentially normalizing harmful behaviors. These are the philosophical quandaries that we're only beginning to grapple with, and I don't think society is ready for what's coming. So, where is all of this headed? Industry experts predict several key developments in the next decade: full sensory integration, robots that can smell, taste, and feel with human-like precision, emotional AI advancement, companions that form genuine attachments and demonstrate unpredictable emotional responses, mind-machine interfaces, direct neural connection between humans and their robot partners, mass market pricing, technology becoming accessible to average consumers, not just the wealthy. By 2035, analysts predict high-quality companion robots could cost less than $500, about the price of a budget smartphone today. And as prices drop, adoption will rise. Some forecasts suggest that by 2040, up to 30% of households in developed nations could include an artificial companion. The question isn't whether this technology will transform society, it's whether we're prepared for what that transformation might mean. Now, I've shown you the technology, the trends, the possibilities. But what I cannot show you is the future, because that future isn't written yet. Will we use these technologies to supplement human connection or replace it? Will we establish ethical guidelines before it's too late? Will we create a world where real human intimacy becomes obsolete? These aren't just questions for scientists or ethicists, these are questions for all of us. Because the revolution isn't coming, it's already here. And it's happening in bedrooms across the world, one silent purchase at a time. What do you think about this technology? Is it the next logical step in human evolution or the beginning of our emotional extinction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this deep dive eye-opening, help spread awareness by hitting that like button and subscribing. This conversation is too important to ignore. Until next time, stay curious and stay human.